I tell you about pushing up against me, you understand me?
A former deputy finds himself facing justice. We'll tell you what happens next after the jury's decision.
Plus, this man facing a long list of charges after leading Florida Highway Patrol on a chase. We'll tell you how troopers eventually caught him.
And a man is dead after a crash near Alligator Alley. We'll explain what troopers say happened. Let's get straight to breaking news. The former Hendry County deputy accused of using excessive force on a suspect has just been found guilty. Tyler Williams was arrested back in 2023. Take a listen to what happened during the original scene.
Well, you were inside.
You were inside. You were inside. Oh!
Williams handcuffed the man before knocking him unconscious and then wrote a false justification for the incident. This was actually Williams' second trial after a judge declared a mistrial in his first one. Williams is now facing at least 30 years in prison. We'll let you know once a sentencing date is set.
More breaking news into the Gulf Coast newsroom. The Florida man said to be executed this week filed an application for a stay of execution. Last week, the Florida Supreme Court denied James Ford's appeal for killing Greg and Kim Mallory in 1997. Ford killed the couple in front of their daughter. They were found beaten to death on a sod farm. Their child was found 18 hours later in a truck. Ford is set to be executed on Thursday. Well, right now, Gulf Coast News is working to learn more after Florida Highway Patrol arrested a Cape Coral man after a chase. Troopers say Marcus Selby sped off after an attempted traffic stop along Pine Island Road and Del Prado Boulevard in Cape Coral Saturday just before midnight. FHP says they couldn't stop the suspect's vehicle, but after they found out who he was, troopers arrested Selby at his home the next night.
More breaking news, but this time some happy news. We just received new photos from Charlotte County Animal Control of a dog that's now healthy and in a loving home after allegedly being neglected by her previous owner. Animal Control says this Labradoodle mix Bella had a lot of medical issues and was thin and underweight. She was anemic, had skin irritations, even had hookworms. But this is what she looks like now. Her previous owner, Dolores Gasper, is accused of neglecting the dog and faces animal cruelty charges. As for Bella, she's now healthy, like we just showed you, and adopted into a loving family. Breaking news out of Collier County. One person is dead after an early morning crash right before Alligator Alley. The crash happened just before 7:30 along I-75 southbound near the Alligator Alley toll plaza. This is video from our FDOT camera that morning. FHP says the driver went off the road because of possible medical reasons, crashed through the median and into a pile of dirt. The 65-year-old man from Miami who was behind the wheel died at a hospital. FHP is leading this investigation.
Gulf Coast News tracking more breaking news. Florida Highway Patrol says a 63-year-old woman is dead after she was hit by a car in North Fort Myers overnight. We know that crash happened along Marina Town Lane and Hancock Bridge Parkway. FHP says the woman was trying to cross traffic along Hancock Bridge Parkway when she was hit. She was taken to the hospital but later died. Right now, troopers continue to investigate. Well, right now, you are looking live at Colonial Boulevard and 6 Mile Cypress Parkway in Fort Myers. The continuous flow intersection finally now up and running after a weekend of construction. Crews worked overnight Saturday into Sunday at the intersection, connected to the Diverging Diamond Project. That project is to improve traffic flow in the intersection, which can be a headache at times.
And that is an understatement. Gulf Coast News reporter Lacey Lee is at the intersection talking to people to see if those changes are working.
From what I can see, the traffic is definitely flowing a whole lot better compared to what I saw out here last Friday. Just take a look at it behind me here. And the new traffic lights here at Colonial and 6 Mile Cypress are also helping keep a nice flow. The question today is, will you see the difference as you hit the road?
So the flow of traffic going to the west was better this morning, but coming back to the east and going towards the interstate, it was a little heavier than it normally is in the morning. It's usually like this in the afternoon.
Although the light times and the continuous flow intersection here at Colonial and 6 Mile Cypress has been improved, my photographer and I drove through the new changes ourselves, though we did see some backups from the heavy morning traffic. we found it easier to navigate despite not being able to take normal left turns down 6 Mile Cypress.
They have something like that similar on 82, so it's kind of like similar.
You're taking a look at how this new traffic pattern works. Traffic has now shifted the left turn lanes before you get to the intersection at Ortiz Avenue and 6 Mile Cypress. So it's not your normal left turn lanes. This is all an effort to help with the flow of traffic on and off I-75. It's a project FDOT has worked on since 2021.
By making this innovative designs with the DDI and the continuous flow intersection, then it's going to improve traffic flow, and studies have shown it.
This continuous flow intersection is part of the Diverging Diamond project at the interstate that is expected to be completed within the next few months. And for now, reporting along Colonial Boulevard, Lacey Lee, Gulf Coast News.
All right, looks like everything is running smoothly out there now. Lacey, thank you. Well, a teenager found guilty in the 2023 DeSoto County Fair deadly shooting is expected in court this afternoon for a plea hearing. A jury found Ryan Watson Jr. guilty of second-degree murder with a firearm and carrying a concealed weapon in December. Watson was found guilty of killing 17-year-old Daniel Lopez at the fair in 2023. Both were allegedly gang members who had issues with one another. Watson Jr. is expected in court at 1:30. Gulf Coast News will let you know what happens in court.
In just a few hours, a Lehigh Acres mom accused of killing her 4-month-old baby girl should be back in front of a judge. Deputies say Janisha Cole called 911 in September, saying her baby was choking and not breathing. The baby was taken to the hospital but later died. An autopsy found the baby died from a brain bleed. She was then arrested at her apartment. Cole is charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child and aggravated child abuse.
You know, when you get a text first thing in the morning from both of your tenants, you know something really bad is going to happen.
Well, right now, Gulf Coast News is working to find out who Lee County deputies arrested after a driver was caught on camera speeding on a Lehigh Acres road, then slamming into a house. You can see that video there. We know the crash happened around 4:30 Sunday morning along 27th Street Southwest and Haviland Avenue. The impact was so loud, the families living at the duplex say it sounded like an explosion. Lehigh Acres firefighters are also assessing the damage.
You cannot access it from the garage door inside, and there is huge water leakage into the kitchen. We went in and they let us see that, you know, the wall was bowed in, pipes were, you know, busted out. So right now they don't have water.
Well, thankfully, no one was hurt. Multiple cars in the driveway, however, are damaged. As soon as we find out who deputies arrested, Gulf Coast News will let you know.
This morning, the state fire marshal is investigating a massive fire at a DeSoto County truck stop that left a number of trailers destroyed and several people homeless. The fire happened Saturday night in Nocatee off Southwest Highway 17 near Arcadia. The DeSoto County Fire Rescue says 3 travel trailers were destroyed in the fire. Another was damaged and 2 other utility trailers were also damaged. A witness we spoke with says he became concerned about the fire because it was right next to where his friend lives. He described what he saw.
At first, it was just a small smoke cloud, and happened to look in my mirror and notice that it had gotten much bigger. And then I'm guessing something must have exploded within that couple of seconds, because then all I seen was flames, probably about 15 foot higher than the building.
1 person was rushed to the hospital. 2 people and 3 dogs were displaced by this fire.
A new bill now making its way through the Florida House. It would give terminally ill patients more options to end their lives. The options involve using end-of-life medications. Gulf Coast News reporter Mercedes Martinez is in our newsroom, sharing what's specifically going into this bill.
Terminally ill patients may be able to decide when it's time to pass on if House Bill 471 passes. The Florida End-of-Life Option Act was filed just last week. It offers terminally ill patients just that, an end-of-life option by medication. Patients who would qualify for this option would have to be terminally ill with a life expectancy of 6 months. Patients have to be 18 years old and a Florida resident. They would have to submit 2 oral request and 1 written. A witness signature would also be needed from a non-relative. As for insurers, they will be prohibited from denying these benefits or discriminate based on the availability of the medication. House Bill 471 also includes there to be a waiting period in case the patient decides to change the request. If passed, the End-of-Life Option Act would go into effect July of this year. In the newsroom, Mercedes Martinez, Gulf Coast News.
A painful and debilitating disease.
Sometimes, depending on how much it hurts, you might ask for death rather than staying through it.
How you could donate to help right now and provide relief to those who are suffering. On Gulf Coast News at 5. The blind auditions continue on The Voice. You'll hear how the show's newest judge is creating strong connections with her contestants.
Plus, rent prices don't appear to be going down anytime soon. Where you'll see the highest prices and what the experts are saying.
Live radar is sweeping clear for now, but I'm seeing some spotty showers returning to the forecast later today. I'll walk you through the timing.